I know sometimes it's nice if you're looking at using people's services or whatever to have a bit of a background. And I've done a video in the past about how I went from being brought up Methodist and then joining a CV church and then became a shamanic practitioner. So I thought today I would do the other side of stuff, which is what I did before I became a spiritual healer, but from the perspective of sort of interests and work stuff. So as a kid, I was obsessed with maths, something that I really enjoyed doing. I did get diagnosed dyslexic quite late in life whilst I was doing my degree. So that might have had something to do with why I liked maths so much, because you didn't have to do as much reading. And so I then chose science A-levels because I wanted to become a doctor, because I wanted to help people. And I'd had some issues when I was doing my A-levels that needed sort of medical attention. And that's sort of quite often the way that people get into that sort of thing. So I was going to become a doctor. So I did biology, chemistry and maths A-levels, obviously loved maths. But the health issues I had meant that actually I didn't end up being able to really concentrate on my studies in the way I wanted to, and I didn't get the predicted grades I needed to get into medical school. So I ended up doing philosophy, which I really, really enjoyed. That sort of logical stuff. Wasn't great from the point of view of writing essays, because that was when I was diagnosed dyslexic in my third year, but I loved the logic side of it. And I actually did my dissertation on the philosophy of artificial intelligence. And that led me to think, what am I going to do with a philosophy degree from the point of view of getting a job? Didn't really have any ideas, even after having been at university for 3 years. So because I'd been spending time with the computer science department for my dissertation, and I'd enjoyed working with them, I decided to do a master's in information technology. Really enjoyed doing that. That's when I got married to my husband, just before that started. And we did that course together, got my job after that. And I was doing really well, became a database programmer, absolutely loved putting all those things. So the stuff that I loved as a kid, I loved maths and I loved puzzles. So actually database programming is very much like doing puzzles. You find the best way to put things together to get information out that you need. But it's all about sort of putting it all together in the right way so that it works properly. So that's sort of worked really well with my sort of mathematical and puzzle orientated geeky brain. So loved databases. Then had children, decided to home educate said children, was going to job share with my husband, but that didn't quite work out. He was a database programmer too, because we've done the same masters, but it didn't quite work out. So it was whilst looking after the kids that I started doing another degree, just to keep my brain ticking over whilst looking after the children. I did a degree I did a certificate in maths, got a first class maths certificate. Absolutely love maths, still love maths. Get very upset that people say they can't do maths at school. That's absolute nonsense. It's just the way it's taught. Everybody can do maths. I can find a way for everybody to love maths. Did business, did design, got into permaculture whilst with the kids and all that sort of stuff. And then thought, what would I really like to do? So sort of married the IT stuff and liking putting puzzles together and undoing things and working out how different ways you can put things together. Put that together with my passion for wanting to help people, my original thing, wanting to be a doctor. And obviously trained as a shamanic practitioner, and I've just finished a dream work thing as well. And what I love about it is that sort of being able to look through the chaos, or what some other people may see of chaos in the way that people work, and pick out the things that actually work really well together, much like database programming and actually computer programming, which I really love doing as well. That way of sort of looking at the best way to get something to work, I sort of marry that with the way people are, because everybody's absolutely fantastic. As you all know, I love talking about the fact that everybody has skills, stuff they should be sharing with the world. And I get very upset when people say they're not amazing. Everybody's amazing. You are all amazing in your own individual way. And we need all that creative power and those passions and those crazy things that people love doing. So I love the idea of empowering people to realize how amazing they are, and to bring all those gifts together in a way that maybe they can share with the world in a way that's suitable for them, or they can put, you know, some people love writing, some people love drawing, some people like dancing, some people like singing, you know, finding all those amazing, empowering ways that people can share their skills with the world. It doesn't seem like it's linked to maths and puzzles and databases and stuff, but it is. It's that sort of connecting things together, building bridges between things, making things work in a more streamlined way. And so that's some of my passions that I bring into my shamanic work, sort of come from those skills that I got from my philosophy degree and my IT degree, and the fact that I went on to do like a design business in maths. I was heading for a degree and then I decided I couldn't be bothered. So I got like a diploma or whatever. And so I was looking back at it thinking, how does that all fit together? But it does, because that's what I just love doing. And then the way that I sort of look at shamanic counseling and the dream work I do is all about empowering people and looking at the journeys that people have been on, and then pointing out little things and showing them little paths that they can find their way through. And that's very like the degree I did in IT. So I just thought I'd share some of that. I'd love to know some of your stories, like how did you get to the crazy stuff that you now do? Did you train in the thing that you now use the most? Because I'm always talking to my kids about that, obviously from a home ed point of view, that I've got a philosophy degree and an IT degree, and I go, well, I don't use them as such, but actually the skills I've got I do use, even though I'm doing something like holistic healing. Doesn't seem to have anything to do with puzzles, maths and databases, but it does in some ways, but obviously it's quite far removed. I'd love to know about how other people have ended up where they've got to. And I you know, with the home edding, I did teach children philosophy, computing and maths. So I have used those skills whilst home edding my kids. But I do think they could come into play a lot with my dream work, my shamanic work, and the science side of essential oils. I totally geek out about how essential oils work with the science. So yeah, it all gets married together and comes out in a lovely mishmash of stuff. And that's what I love about human beings. We're all a lovely, fantastic, wonderful, sparkly mishmash of stuff. So I just thought I'd share a bit of that so you got to know me a bit better. Would love to know about your life story. So, you know, just let me know how you got to the crazy stuff you did. But remember, as always, you're an amazing, fantastic human being, and never let anybody tell you otherwise. Okay, everybody, take care. Bye.